I make my living as a writer of science fiction. Very big ideas and very big budgets in feature films. So, as you can imagine, for me, the Science and Entertainment Exchange is kind of like a candy store. I was a geek from pretty much a fetus, remain a geek today, a big fan of science, and the opportunity to rub elbows with not just working scientists, but leading scientists in a host of disciplines, and run my questions by them, hear their questions in return, has been an incredibly fertilizing process for me, and I hope for everyone. And there's a two-sided exchange in the Science and Entertainment Exchange, which I think bears highlighting, because the benefits to me as a storyteller, I think, are obvious. If I talk to scientists and learn more things about their fields of knowledge, the incredible things they know, what's possible, what might be possible, then in everything they tell me, I'll find a story. And with equal value to me, every time they tell me where their knowledge stops, where there's some anomaly as yet unexplained, and any scientist can make a list of them, where there's a frontier of knowledge not yet crossed, questions we can't answer yet, every gap, every shadow is a place where I can speculate irresponsibly, and where I will. There's stories, explanations I can offer in every one of those moments. The other side of the exchange is this. Science as an enterprise is kind of one of the higher functions of civilization, along with ballet and cooking. And culture really is the engine of that enterprise. Our culture will determine how much energy, how much money, how much blood, sweat, and toil we put into the scientific enterprise. And there really is no louder voice in our culture than television, film, movie. So for the scientists in this dialogue, there's an opportunity to inspire and influence storytellers to speak to some extent on behalf of their disciplines. And that means a couple of things. It doesn't just mean that they can get good science into your movie or good science into your TV show, or Lord knows it helps if the programmer in your show or the scientist in your movie is going to be holding forth about astrophysics or biotechnology or nanotech. If there's some kernels of truth in what they say, it's probably better for the planet, better for the world. But probably even more important is simply to lift the esteem and to highlight the spirit of the scientific enterprise writ large, to show the scientist as a dynamic figure, to show the excitement in knowledge and in fact, to draw people to it. There's not much hard science in Star Trek, but I think there are a lot of people working at NASA now who are there in part because of Mr. Spock. And so I draw that idea close to your chest, because there is a two-way street here, and there's a great good that can be done. And I have a personal exhortation here, because I know how you think. I am a storyteller. Extraordinary technologies will be discussed in front of you tonight, and you will sit in your chair, and you will stroke your chin, and you'll think, what if that went terribly, terribly wrong? These robots, what could they do? This biotech. Yes, that's always, there's really no good story that can be told without something going terribly, terribly wrong. It's almost the definition of adventure, that is something horrible happening to someone else far away. Adventure. Bear in mind as you tell your stories that there's incredible storytelling that can come out of new science going horribly awry, but also incredible storytelling can come out of science making new and wonderful things possible and changing the world in unforeseen ways. And remember to keep each hand loaded as you start to type. The speakers that we hear from tonight are all engineers, people uniquely close to my heart, because where a theoretical scientist may dream of future possibilities and imagine what can happen down the road, the engineer dreams those very same dreams, imagines what happens down the road, and then rolls up his or her sleeves and gets ready to build the darn thing. I love these people. Tonight's first speaker is Frances Arnold. She's a professor of chemical engineering, bioengineering, and biochemistry at the California Institute of Technology, who marshals the raw forces of evolution to her service in her work.